Hey, it's Terry Murphy for Tuesdays with Terry. And we've all been in situations where somebody is aggressive or in negotiating, they're the more confrontational kind of person. And when you consider the four styles of behavior, this side of the grid, the left side of the grid, does not like confrontation. They will withdraw. So let's just say we're in a sales meeting or in a sales situation, or more importantly, in a courtroom. How does a female particularly handle somebody who's aggressively being, I'll just say bullied? Okay, let's just go there. And it's real important that we understand how to react in a way that is professional and maintains control. This is about emotional intelligence, which we're going to talk about a lot in the next coming weeks. But here's what's important about this. I just recently was in a situation where I saw a very capable female attorney presenting her opening statement. And the other attorney was a very big, loud person. And he was using that tactic, that objection and huffing and puffing and carrying on. And she handled it so well. And eventually, I mean, he was getting to her, but she was able to maintain her composure. And that's what we want to talk about. Emotional intelligence says, you're out of control, I'm good. And that comes across with nonverbals. First one being a good posture, looking, eye contact, and pausing. There's a lot of space in pause because the other person who wants to be aggressive is looking for that reaction. And so the first thing you want to always do is make sure that you stay calm, state the issue. Now, if it's in court, you can do things like this is important that we stick with the case. Let's stay focused on what we're doing here. If it's a sales situation and you're uncomfortable as a woman, you can start with the words, are you aware? Learn that from my own coach, Sandy Newman. Are you aware that you're raising your voice? Are you aware that this is uncomfortable and we maybe should dismiss and come back another time? When you stay in control, you enforce your own personal power. And there's plenty of things. I mean, if you don't react, they can't escalate. They're looking for escalation. Watch your tone of voice. When women get nervous, they tighten their throat and the voice gets a little higher. And that is normal. But when you know and you pause and you take that breath, you're back in control. Remember, you have the power to interpret how those people are responding to you, the other person, the male, the female, whatever it is. And in that particular moment, what you're saying to yourself, which again is communication, but it's in your own head, is how you're going to handle it. You don't want to interrupt, let them go on, pause, and then respond. It's always good not to use the you, because you can say, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not sure that this is necessary. I don't believe that this probably follows protocol. When you don't go you, then you can't get into that confrontational piece. You might want to restate. If I'm hearing you correctly, counselor, I'm hearing you say, because that makes everybody have to go back. And when we study negotiation for women, one of the issues becomes their need to want to be, we are high accommodators. That doesn't, it's not good or bad, but that's what we are as females. We have always worked for, I shouldn't say accommodation, I should say for collaboration. Accommodation is only used when we have to. And we don't want to accommodate anybody. We want to collaborate because collaboration wins every time. So if you're in a situation and you do react, step back and say, I may have reacted. Let me rethink that and restate. Stay in control. The other person has no fuel if you don't engage. It's sort of like a kite. If you just step sideways, they fall down. But it will continue depending on the situation. If you ask for intervention by whatever, the manager, the judge, whatever, the point is that you control you. And when we get into real strong emotional intelligence, it's all about handling emotions. And depending on your behavioral style, you might be quick or you might be slower. If you're slower, you don't want to recoil. If you're fast, you don't want to react. At the end of the day, you want to be in control of you. So when it comes to bullying, tell me what your challenges are, and I'm happy to work with you on that. I'm Terri Murphy, presentation skill coach, so that you can present like a rock star. Our goal is to have you walk up with strong personal power, persuasion, convincibility, and really just showing people that you care. Because when you care, everybody wants the same thing. and especially in communication, which is so weird because words just really mess us up. Language is not the best way to communicate. So we want to make sure all of us is congruent so that when we present, we've got this. I'm Terri Murphy. Get my ebook. It's with my compliments, 10 tips to make you the rock star of your next presentation. And definitely email me your comments because I'm here to help you help you. Thanks for joining. See you next Tuesday.